When you smile, oh, whenever you smile, you make your stay on earth a celebration. That quote has echoed in many parts of the world. Shall we say it together? Whenever we smile, we make our stay on earth a celebration. Although we would be spending time in lifts for a few seconds, maybe a minute or so, when strangers were also standing next to you in the lift. When someone smiles at you, makes you feel so warm and comfortable, and the strangeness disappears. Such is the magic of smile. That's always from the heart. Even commercial smile has some power. We want to go to people who are smiling at the desk, we at the airport, maybe in hotels. There are many counters. You look at the faces of people, which should I be going? Only when someone is pleasant, welcoming, um, with gracious smile. And humans are gifted with this special faculty or gift to express themselves. All pains and stresses will disappear, maybe momentarily, at least when you're occupied in smile. Smile is like a song from the heart. You can only smile when you have recognized someone's goodness, kindness, or positiveness. Then that reflects upon you, then you become open to celebration. Life is mainly giving. We usually do the opposite. We think unconsciously or routinely life means taking. Our acts reflect this meaning, taking. But in truth, when we give, joy arises as the lotus flower in the lake of our consciousness. Is not speaking, also trying to walk the talk as much as we can. Then you can experience that makes you more confident, not mere explanation. Explanation is for others. What you experience is for you, for you. That becomes your grounded reality because you have expanded your awareness with your experience. Of course, this should begin with our understanding. When you understand things that are chaotic, we begin to find some clarity. Only through proper understanding we can attain that clarity. Sometimes by consulting others, often by understanding within yourself, finding that clarity. Chaos is part of life, as silence is. Silence can last longer, but chaos can't. Chaos can be momentary or short lived, but we shouldn't add more to the existing chaos with our negative attitude, that criticizing the chaos that is occurring right before you or somewhere in the distance in the world. It's like storm before the calm and calm before the storm. Yes. But chaos can also occur in our minds when we have to deal with multiple ambitions, multiple thoughts, multiple ideas, multiple desires. Then we become agitated, and because there is something boiling in our minds, then peace becomes a mirage at that time. What do you do? Even if the world has settled down, we still can't find calmness unless you go to nature, the hub of nature, somewhere on the countryside, being close to rivers and lakes and oceans, forests, watching the sunrise and the sunset and the birds flying across in perfect uniformity and harmony. Nature is abundant. It's also in us. We are part of nature. We are the representatives of nature. So we cannot become artificial too long. That doesn't suit us. We have to be true to ourselves, because that is truth. You are the part of nature. You are the representative of nature. You reflect what happens outside as well. There's such strong connection between outside nature and what is going on within us, in our bodies, in our minds, in our realms of consciousness. So we have been bestowed with some ability to alter our states of consciousness, alter our state of minds. We get carried away with the chaos of the world. We become so nervous and negative often. Oh, what's going to happen? And this is what the outside reality. But when you sit for a moment, taking the time and look within, withdrawing our involvement with the world, our consciousness back into the recesses of our body and mind, and being close to our breath and spirit, and you begin to see the calmness is at dawn, like the sunrise, suspending everything, all our activities, and just becoming true to ourselves, meaning meditation in a way. Intuitive meditation means it's very not intelligent meditation. Intuitive meditation is natural, spontaneous. You just experience that your presence in the world. Your presence is quite important. Never your presence to be undermined. Not to think and say, oh, I'm just an individual, what can I do? I want to do so many good things. But alone, I don't have friends, I don't have associates, I don't have any formal help. No, need not have to think like this. Look, charity, you started about 30 years ago. And even before registering formally the charity, the work began much earlier. So the moment you think of doing something positive, something contributory, something to the world, already you have set up your foundation and you are moving forward. Everything begins from one person, always. That should be kept in our mind. Well, you may be the one, you never know, bringing such a higher transformation, something profoundly positive, and it just giving ourselves a chance. Not expecting others to give us a chance or opportunities. We have to give ourselves a chance. Let's see what will happen. Let's move. Take one step at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. Things change. Not always to be construed. Everything can be so chaotic and so impending. Not so. Things change. How many times we all thought something would be really difficult and impossible? When you really went through time, you experienced totally different scenario. Oh my God, that wasn't the case. People said so, but now when you got into the field, you're in action, and you see something different, not the way people construed or misunderstood. Something really like a detrimental or obstructing, but not so. Things open up. Things open up. As you go along, if you become light, like torch light, and can you ever face darkness? Because you're light yourself. So you carry that. But when we become consciously aware of it, then things start working more effectively. Even otherwise it works, because nature is at work with it in each and every one of you. And also in entities as well, in other non-human entities, living entities. So chaos can be in the mind, but chaos can never enter the realm of your heart. This is true. Heart is never confused. The heart consciousness, the mind in the heart is never confused. Only in the mind, on the surface, in our brains, because there's so much information. Here only impressions. Here, information, digital information. So we have to deal with, when you stay too long in the brain, in your mind, representing yourself only as mind, then we become exhausted, fatigued, and really want to just sleep or rest and become indolent, not interested in anything. So there is limitation for us to remain fresh in our minds. Not for long. If you become involved with your heart level, conscious awareness, there you can really carry that energy, enthusiasm, inspiration for a long period of time. Because that's where everything springs up. Like innocence, purity, creativity, art, intuition, everything's from the heart. That stays longer. Whereas dwelling only in our minds cannot really become so effective momentarily. Yes, it can resolve certain things. That's like a tool. We should use mind as a tool when it's required, not all the time carrying the two tools with you. So we have to understand different components in the body and the mind, and how various facets of our own consciousness as faculties working. So you can join in wherever you want. Like if you put your mind into your fist, it becomes stronger. If you put your mind into your feet, that become legs, it becomes stronger. So wherever you pay attention, that gathers some momentum and strength. That's what really found out. That through meditational system, you could really infuse that power of consciousness into organs, into cells, into tissues, muscles, wherever you want. In any organ, you can just go there and be there, and that you're transporting your awareness into certain regions in the body. That gathers some energy, vigor, and strength. That's what really emphasized in the system. So that is, we have developed science and technology, but justice hasn't been done in exploring our consciousness and even the living body. That because it is too subjective, because science is empirical, cannot interfere with our personal feelings and emotions and our being. So we have to do it on our own. So be a scientist of your inner consciousness. You make the body as your laboratory. You to conduct experiment. That's what really I did. Tested. again and again, everywhere. That works in different conditions and situations, works. So it's not always the world outside, but always you are part of the world, and you can really affect the world in some ways. That may be with the beginning. That happens from positive attitude, with a positive attitude, with a positive mind, positive nature. When we go, things really change. You can test. It's not belief or some dogma. It's true because everyone wants to feel something profound. They want to feel safe, secure, sound, and confident, and feel better. So with your presence, with your approach, you being there, with your involvement, if that can happen, they would really welcome you to joining the forces, constructive forces. And when such people assemble together, like galaxy of humanity, galaxy, like each one is like a star in the Milky Way. So that really can change. Change star begins from us here, where we are sitting now, right now. Yes. So what was I doing sitting at the table? I was absorbed into my inner consciousness, and admiring and appreciating all that was going on in the stage, and the beautiful violin and presentations from different countries, and all of you being here with such receptivity and rapt attention, and you're here, and your presence means so much. Without you, this celebration cannot happen. Yes, we join together, we celebrate. Being single, you cannot celebrate. Together, reflecting each other's energies, love, grace, peace, friendship, and good thoughts, bouncing back and forth always. Such good thoughts, like a multiple mirror effect. You see, it's like something most colorful and exciting and celebratory. There's so much really for us to become happy and joyous, but our focus is more somehow on negative side, about the chaos of the world, and that causes fear and anxiety and stress. May be true, may be exaggerated. Our mind is also an exaggerator. Usually mind exaggerates. You can go and really test later on, and you can seek for a discount, and then there won't. In reality, it's not that bad outside. Not that bad. There are good people. Good things are happening. Like us, there are so many wonderful charities worldwide working for humanity, and their contribution is so admirable. So when we don't see such things, then we feel low. But there are wonderful sources to offer and assist every help that's required. And so experiencing calmness. Experience exactly. One first note is to understand clearly, and then after understanding means almost you have overcome chaos, stress, strain, anxiety, because already you have understood. What have you understood? Oh, it is outside there is chaos, but inside, when you delve a little deeper, there isn't much chaos. There is a bit of a sense of oneness, sense of calmness. Serenity is here in the center of your being. Serenity, nothing is happening. Only here, the surface, outside, in the balcony of your house, in the balcony of your house, in the balcony of your body. But when you get a little deeper, it's calm, it's okay. That's one of the reasons people usually do this, by bringing their hand to their chest. Calm down, calm down. They won't caress the head region and say, calm down. Only here, calm down. As soon as you offer touch to your own chest, like caressing, you really feel as though the mind is invited here and to its mother. Calming effect can be experienced. Yes, calm. Breath becomes deep. automatically deeper. And the equanimity can be experienced. Symmetry, clarity. When you open your eyes, you're clear and fresh, ready to face the world with good spirit. Not challenging, but it is with love, with compassion. Yes. So, and some people worry about others not understanding them. I wonder, why should we worry about others understanding us? If they can't understand us, that is really, it is beyond your reach. You cannot make them understand, because you can only stretch to some extent. Beyond that, they have to really work their way forward in welcoming you, or in allowing you to express yourself, or to be the part of their family or community, whatever. So we should understand why they cannot understand. So I take more onerous, more burden upon myself. Maybe I haven't communicated properly. That's the reason they cannot understand. Maybe it's me. It's something I have to rectify, improve, do something about it. This is constructive criticism rather than always pointing finger at others. And that will make us weaker and more negative. So that's self-education. Means accommodating people, all sorts of people. What is world? World means all sorts of people make the world. One person, one kind of people, one group cannot make the whole. You need varieties of people. Hence, we have got so many cultures. All different cultures are like different flowers in the garden of humanity. Our spiritual understanding alone and experiencing self alone can weave them, all different cultures, into a garland of oneness. Shall we try and say it together? Let's say, all different cultures are like different colorful flowers of humanity. Colorful flowers of humanity. Spiritual and awareness can weave them into, or weave us into a garland of oneness. Weave us into a garland of oneness. At heart, don't you think at heart level we are all the same? Once you begin to really talk about your views and your beliefs, clashes begin. Means different thoughts are generated from individuals. But at heart level, we are all the same. Feelings are the same. Thoughts can differ. Feelings the same. Isn't it? Hence, when someone is unhappy, or when he is in deep trouble or in tears, your heart goes immediately. You can go there and do something to make the person better, feel better. When someone is arguing, you distance yourself. So interesting. The combination here, adjustment is here, tuning is here. So this educates the system not only, and of course everyone can follow their own system, however they are aware to do so. But the calmness is at the heart level. So the chaos is in the mind, also in the world. That's going to be there anyway. But how we operate our consciousness, that really matters the most. Understanding first, that's philosophical understanding, then spiritual experiences can really make us whole human beings, like complete human beings, and then we ascend from there to different higher levels, and doing some great work and bringing higher wisdom into the world.